Hi everyone, today we have with us ma'am. She handles almost 1000 placements every year. So ma'am, I can understand the kind of stress you are going through, because if the student is nervous, because obviously I am coming to MBA for job. So placement वो study बड़ी अपनी जगह पे है, वो मैं पढ़ लूँगा, पास हो जाऊँगा, job मिलेगा कि नहीं. And this is always the first question everybody's mind, because we are paying lakhs of fees. एंड MBA कम लाइक पेरेंट्स नॉर्मली उनको होता है कि ग्रेजुएशन हो गया तो हो गया, तुम्हारा काम खत्म हो गया. वाई यू टू स्टडी MBA, वाई यू डू MBA? एंड देन आस्किंग माई डैड कि पापा मेरे को 10 लाख दे दो, मेरे को MBA करना है और गारंटी नहीं है जॉब मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, मुझे पता नहीं. सो दैट्स वाज द क्वेश्चन मार्क. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, जॉब मिलेगा क्या है? इफ आई डू MBA मेरे को जॉब लगेगा क्या?
Hello, I am Dr. Rachna Nigam. I head placements for ITM Business School, Navi Mumbai. Question
जॉब मिलेगा कि नहीं
is
मिलेगा?
very interesting, very relevant. I would want to start with the fact that money and success are always a byproduct of your preparations. So if you invest in preparing yourself for a great career, if you study well, if you try to focus on creating or garnering your knowledge, skills and abilities all the time, placement is always guaranteed. Besides that, at ITM Business School or any other institute per se, there is a lot of work and preparation that goes in the background. So it is not that placements or a good placement or a great career option will come to you by chance. The institutions always do a lot of preparation in the background, right? So I would talk about my institution. We are a 32-year-old institution, so we have a great network of alumni that support us always. We are also connected with all the big brands, and they participate in our campus placement. And campus placement is something that is not the first event that you take up in order to get placed. So there is a lot of work that happens in the background. So one is that we have a very industry relevant curriculum that is updated very regularly. We have been engaging our students into lots of live projects, interaction with industry in the form of guest lectures, in the form of live projects, in the form of panel discussions. We do a lot of events in collaboration with industry, like we have a Tata Crucible quiz on campus. So there is a lot of work that happens before you actually appear for your final placement interview.
Correct. If I kind of summarize what you have said is like, so if you're willing to do the hard work, if you're sincere enough, तो placement मिल जाएगा.
Of course मिल जाएगा. Of course मिल जाएगा.
And I feel today's B schools are very smart. They hire but they intake the student is already who is good. So I think 50% damage already done. Because out of suppose 5,000 students, you are going to select 500.
Okay.
So 1:10. So anyway, all the faltu people are out. So only taking the good people. So that 50%, suppose why I'm trying to say this thing for the student कि अगर तुम्हें किसी कॉलेज चूज किया है, इसका मतलब तुम ऑलरेडी अच्छे हो.
Yeah, of course, because selections जो होती हैं colleges में, any management college, it follows a very crisp process of filtration. So you are generally selected based on a composite score. So that composite score will have everything that goes in creating a great profile. So number one, a good academic background, then your participation into various co-curricular and extracurricular activities, right? Suppose you have been good in event management, you have been good in sports, you have been good in singing, dancing, cultural activities, social work, right? You have played nationals, you have played district, you have played international, all that thing is counted, right? And besides that, we spoke about academics, we spoke about extracurricular, co-curricular activities, then your performance in entrance exams like CAT, MAT, ZAT, CT, whichever you are appearing, approved by government. So the college will, and your, of course, your performance during the selection process. That typically is all about group discussion and personal interview. In our case, it is a case study, analysis and personal interview. So collectively, all these elements give you a composite score, and that makes you eligible for admission into a management college.
Correct. And you don't need to be expert in every area. You have to be just above average in every area. Then you can survive.
Yes, of course. Colleges not only look at picking up the cream. You know, college will always have a population which is a mixed population, right? So, of course, 30% of the students will be excellent. But there will be average and above average students as well.
Correct.
That will come to campus, right? This, I mean, everyone will not good at everything. So, some will be great in academics, some will be great in co-curricular activities, some will be great in extracurricular activity. But we have a mechanism to prepare heroes out of all of them.
Great. Ma'am, I have two more questions with you. Number one, if anyone taken a gap year, will it be a detrimental for him कि तुमने gap लिया तुम्हारा selection नहीं होगा?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because people who are selecting in companies, right, they are also human. And they understand that, gaps are unavoidable. Suppose you have done your 12th, right, and you want to pursue IIT or engineering, and you feel that your CET score is not good, so you will take a year's gap and prepare for mains and advance, and that is acceptable, right? After graduation, you want to do good in your CAT and you want to do good in CET, so that you get a good college, and that is acceptable. So across industry, across organization, 1 year gap is readily accepted. You will not be questioned on that. It's just that you should have a valid justification for not being there.
You will be questioned, but it will not be.
It will not be detrimental. See, anybody would want to understand where you have been busy for that 1 year, right? But then if you have a answer that is justified, that is more than enough. So nobody,
for example, is a valid.
Yes, very valid reason, right? You could have a medical emergency. You could have a family, obligation that you need to take care of, and all that is totally acceptable. So generally 1 to 2 years gap is fine with most of the companies. Beyond that, some justifications are required, but that is also manageable. But it is. But then that will call for more explanations.
Correct. Ma'am, if I've taken a gap year and I belong to a family who is into business, so can I justify the gap year with a fake work experience, with all these kind of things? Would you recommend that?
I would never recommend that, because starting your life, starting your career, or at any point of time in your life and career, faking something is not advisable. You should not begin your career, your life, your avenues with something which is not real, something fake. It's always said that if you speak truth, you don't have to remember, but if you speak lies, you have to remember every time. So I would never recommend any student ever to put up any kind of fake certificate to justify any gap, any kind of mishap, right? It's not. It will always be difficult for you to justify that. You will not be confident to face the interviewer. You will not be confident to face the world. So it is not advisable.
Plus, in the interview also, you won't be that confident.
Yes. You will shake because you don't have truth by your side. You don't have truth by your side. It is not acceptable.
And if they ask you 2 more questions, then you're gone. Because
you will falter. You will not do good. So it's always fine to accept if you have gone wrong. It is fine to accept that, or fine to tell that. It's a better word. It's fine to tell that you have taken a gap because you wanted to pursue something else. So not only business, you wanted to become a singer, you wanted to participate in Indian Idol, you wanted to become a football player, right? You had some other dreams than academics, and you have taken a gap for that, and it is all well taken and appreciated.
Correct.
Right? Because without experimentation, many a times you may not get your calling, and that experimentation makes you who you are, and you are always welcome for that.
Great. Thank you. And that lightened me up as well for student point of view. कि चलो गैप है तो कोई बड़ी बात
कोई पाप नहीं किया, कोई बिल्कुल नहीं पाप किया है, और हर किसी को हक है गैप लेने का, अगर उनको ऐसा लग रहा है कि गैप लेके वो बेटर कर सकते हैं तो.
Correct. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good luck to all the students who want to pursue their higher studies and want to become NMBA. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.